morning, Lee.
Morning,
thank you very much. Fortunately, these sorts of incidents are extremely rare. We think of drowning in public spaces as being more of a summer issue. How dangerous are these conditions at the moment for children that are playing in these sorts of areas?
Yeah, they're incredibly dangerous. There's a lot of people this morning, including the emergency services and the family, going through a lot of emotions. And these things, unfortunately, happen so quickly and so devastatingly. I think some of the challenges are that people think that if the ice is quite thick near the edge of the water, that they can venture onto the ice. But unfortunately, even through prolonged periods of cold weather, there are lots of vulnerabilities in the ice, especially in the middle of bodies of water, that can lead to, one crack at someone straight through, and unfortunately, they get into difficulty. It's really challenging for them to then get to the side and to safety.
We've had so much public health safety messaging from the government, it feels, in the last few years. But you do wonder whether water safety and these kind of incidents around icy lakes have been a little neglected, perhaps, in the minds of children.
Yeah, from an education point of view and from a school point of view, we would certainly agree with that. I think there's more that needs to be done to make sure that children and their families especially understand some of the risks associated with water, especially when it gets cold or hot, when people are more likely to potentially go onto the water. So yeah, we would totally agree. More needs to be done. We'll be pushing lots of messages out today, as will a lot of fire services. And unfortunately, when things like this that are so devastating happen, it is a sobering reminder to people just how dangerous ice can be and how dangerous water can be.
Yeah. And do you know what occurred to me, Lee, of course? All these children, these young teens, we think these children were about 12 years of age or just under. They have access to lots of social media where they see lovely pictures of people ice skating in parks, maybe in America and in Canada, and they maybe aren't educated on the risks of the fact that in this country, lakes are rarely frozen sufficiently that they are safe to go on. What would your advice be for any young people who might be at home this morning watching this, or for parents who want to talk to children about these sorts of incidents?
I think the message is really simple. People shouldn't be going on to the ice. I know that sometimes there's challenges around that. Footballs go on, pets go on. Our advice is simple. Unfortunately, the ice, like you say, there's not been a sustained long period of freezing temperature below 0 degrees, which means that the ice is going to be thick enough to walk on, especially in the middle. So our advice would simply be to stay off. And on top of that, if somebody does go onto the ice, if someone falls into the ice, again, the message is really simple. Call 999, ask for the fire service, get the professional trained help there, and try and make sure that those people that are in the water stay held onto something tethered. So if they clamber onto the ice, it means that they'll be able to stay safe with a head above the water until that professional help can get there.
So really the message very much, it sounds like in this incident perhaps, and we don't know for sure of the details, but maybe a couple of the kiddies went under and the others went out to try and grab them, thinking that they were doing the right sort of thing. But I think what you're saying is that you should never do that. You should always try and throw them something. Maybe if there is a life kind of preserver, but it's not necessarily in every open water area you can find something like that. But by all means, don't go in the water. That's the messaging. Don't go after.
Yeah, it's human instinct, isn't it? And we're unsure of the details of the specifics of the case, but it is human instinct, especially when you've got loved ones that are in trouble. But unfortunately, what we do see, even in the summers, when people go into cold bodies of water to rescue others, we tend to see more casualties than initially were in the water. So yeah, our advice would be, if somebody's close to the side, try and lie on the floor, give them something to reach, a long branch, or throw them something that floats if there is water safety equipment there. But if they are out of reach and it means you going onto the ice, get straight on the phone, call 999 and get the fire service there to help you.